Suppose you want to find the mass of an apple. Place the apple on the pan of the balance. Then add a standard gram of mass to the other. Add or remove masses until the two pans of balance or are on the same level. When the pans balance, add standard mass together to find the mass of the apple. The mass of the apple is shown as 175 grams. You can also use a balance to compare the masses of the two objects. Mass is the amount of blank that makes up an object. So mass is the amount of, very top, mass is the amount of matter that makes up an object. Units of measurement of mass include, the little g stands for, we talked about this in math, grams and kilograms. A pan balance is a tool used to measure the blank of an object. It's used to measure the mass of an object. Weight is a measure of the pull of blank on an object's mass. We have not gotten to that part yet. Okay, weight is a measure of pull on gravity to an object's mass. You can use a spring scale to measure weight. Recall from lesson 3 that you can also use a spring scale to measure other forces on an object. The basic unit of weight is a Newton, N. However, in everyday life, weight is often given in grams and kilograms, just like mass. On Earth, an object's mass is the weight are about the same. This is because the pull of gravity is nearly the same everywhere on Earth. The weight of an object is equal to the weight of all of its parts together. Suppose you measure the weight of an apple. Then you cut the apple into 4 parts. You measure the weight of each part and add these 4 parts' weights. The sum will be equal to the weight of the whole apple. Now, suppose you measure the weight of some milk and the weight of some chocolate powder. When you mix the milk and chocolate powder together to make chocolate milk, you measure the weight of the chocolate milk. Its weight will be equal to the weights of the milk and the chocolate powder added together. Remember what we called that? We talked about that at the beginning of the year. Okay. Laws of conservation there. So, back here, weight is measure of pull. Weight is a measure of pull of, right there, look at it, gravity on an object's mass. You can use a spring scale to measure. We're going to use a spring scale to measure weight. The base unit of weight is the blank, N. N meant newtons. However, in blank life, weight is often given in grams and kilograms. However, in blank life, kind of life, right after Newton, look for it. Every day, weight is often given in grams and kilograms. Just like mass, because on blank an object's mass and weight are about the blank. So just like mass, because on, where are we living? We live on Earth. An object's mass and weight are about the, right there, they're about the same. Make sure you write that. The weight of an object is blank to the weight of a blank and its parts. So the weight of an object is equal, right here, to the weight, so make sure you put equal, of an object of its all of its parts together. So an object is equal when you add them all up together. So make sure you add those to your notes there. And we're going to be looking at our questions, our review questions that you're going to be putting down here. Okay. Number 1, describe a friend describes an object with orange and smooth. What 2 physical properties has the friend described? Texture and shape, weight and shape, color and texture, or mass and temperature. Orange and smooth, think about what those 2 properties are. Which objects will a magnet most likely attract? A drinking glass, a rubber glove, a plastic shovel, or a metal can? Think about what needs to attract to metal in order for it to be able to use. What is weight? A measure of a pull on gravity in an object's mass, the amount of space that an object takes up, the amount of matter that makes up an object, or the measure of how warm an object is. So what is weight? If you can't remember, go back and look at your notes. You can use a thermometer to find A, the mass of an object, B, the temperature of a substance, C, the texture of a substance, or D, the weight of an object. This one should be a little bit easier. You should know what a thermometer does. Okay? Thank you.